let's look at that trailer. Let's look at that trailer right now. I love how when we're in the middle of family vacation and I have no access to literally anything, trailers from Bungie drops.
Welcome, Renegade. I have another bounty for you. But I don't pay for mercy.
Okay, 180. All right. Stasis. Pulse rifle. What's the archetype of this, boys? What are we looking at right here? What is this? It's shooting kind of fast. A heavy sniper. All right. I'll probably mess with that. Yeah, new archetype. SMG. This tech's on the side. I gotta lean my head over. Oh, it filtered again, though. Okay, what is that? Void sidearm? Ah! All right, baby. Are we cooking? Let me just say this. Let me just say this. I know hunters right now are probably looking at this going, wow, I get an overshield. Yeah, it's not that flashy. I don't know. Might be good. Could be good. Could be shit. Who knows?
No vanguard.
All right. Hold up. So, yes, we can fly. Titans can fly. Chat, would you take this exotic over Twilight? What's better, this exotic or Twilight Garrison? Yes, since Titan skating is gone. Twilight Garrison. Stop! I wish I knew as much as you think I could know, would know, should know. Y'all really, man, y'all really do sell me. Y'all know that? Y'all act like I just because I happen to be taking a trip with my family, that what, I could just walk into Bungie and play with the new exotics? Get out of here. I wish, man. I'd be all over it. But look, I look at this exotic and I think to myself, as someone who fails in a lot of jumping puzzles, I could see myself using this. But will it have the dodging capabilities that Twilight Garrison once had? Now, granted, Twilight got nerfed. Remember, it used to be able to double dodge. So somebody be aiming at you and you could dodge back and forth and then close the gap on them. I don't know. This could be better than Twilight. We'll just have to wait and see.
Vanguard.
It also has a melee, it looks like a melee right here at the end of this. Okay. So you can use it defensively. I don't know how much damage it would do. I don't know. The question is it more of a movement exotic? Is it like a pseudo Twilight Garrison Grief combo here? Or is it shit in both categories? That's the thing. Is it shit in its damage? Is it shit in its maneuvering? That's the thing. Look, I saw some of the comments about this exotic. Rift suspends enemies. Suspend causes damage over time. I saw some warlocks complaining about this because they're like, wow, another Rift exotic. But dude, this one might be really good. This one might be really juicy, fellas, depending on that damage over time. And then think about all the different strand synergies you could pull off with this. I actually think this could potentially be an S tier exotic. Does the Rift look bigger? I think it's just the angle. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just the angle. You know, when you get that side angle, you know, it's you're able to make objects look bigger than they actually are. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think this is a normal size rift. I would be surprised if it changes the size of the rift. It's going to be great for solo content. Yeah. Oh my, dude, this is coming from somebody who's not even a Star Wars fan. What color is his saber? Is that purple? Is my color settings wrong? Is this, what color is this for everybody else? It's just another looking sword. Get the fuck out of here. Hold up. It's a goddamn lightsaber, fellas. It's a damn lightsaber. Look what's happening right now. Hold on. He's blocking attacks. Let me just turn this off real quick. Blocking attacks. That's like a heavy swing, though. Oh, okay. All right. What color is that to y'all? Mace Windu had purple. Do you know Mace Windu was like the worst Jedi for a Sith to go up against? Primarily Sidious. I like watched a few videos on him, but he was like, the stronger his opponent was, the stronger he was. I mean, when you go watch episode 3, my man was literally about to stop everything from happening, take out Sidious. It was going to be done. GG's done. And off into the future, they would have went Jedi Order intact. Fucking Anakin had to, you know. Anybody ever watch episode 3 and just kind of like get sad the whole time? You're like, what? You're like, man, this could have been such a wonderful story. Liv, if you haven't watched Star Wars, that's your fault. It's fucking 2025. Every time I ever watch episode 3, I'm just like, man, it's sad, dude. It's sad. The whole, I mean, it's great, but it's sad, you know? Heirloom combat bow. Oh man, dude, they're straight up. You just see like how this aligns so much with like weapons. Like it's definitely like weapons that looks like a Destiny weapon, but you see the Star Wars inspiration here.
Welcome to the front.
Interesting. I hope it's good, dude. I hope it's good. Fires high-powered explosive bolts.
Welcome to the frontier, Renegade.
Whoa. What the hell is this? Is this the dungeon? Is this like a dungeon entrance? What is this? It's showing a 3-man fire team, which could be literally anywhere. Is this dungeon? Dungeon entrance right here? The game is going to be out before we finish this trailer. Oh my God. I think that the most important part about going into this Star Wars collaboration with Destiny's next expansion is you don't want to lose Destiny in this collab. You don't want it to be too Star Wars. You want it to be still Destiny with inspirations from Star Wars. And I think that's really important. I know some of you just like, no, just give me the Force right now and let me just go full Star Wars with this thing. But I think it's important to not lose what is Destiny in this. You know what I mean? Let's talk. How are we feeling about Renegades, boys and girls? Do we think Renegades is going to be better than Edge of Fate? Can we get a poll on that? That's such a low bar. Well, that's what we're comparing it to because it's this, you know, 2 expansions per year thing that they're now doing. And so, yeah, I mean, that's the obvious comparison. I guess we could sit here and be like, will Renegades save Destiny? But there's a lot of just headwinds on that conversation that we'll talk about, I'm sure, as time goes on, like we always do. But I'm just trying to just compare directly to Edge of Fate. Based on what you've seen in the trailer, do you think Renegades, and you got to keep in mind, guys, Edge of Fate, yes, it brought the portal. And I know a lot of people hate on the portal, but Edge of Fate had a good narrative. And that's a concern that I have. It's like, will Renegade's narrative match Edge of Fate or even exceed it? And then what is the Star Wars play on this? You know what I'm saying? My opinion, Edge of Fate was overrated. I like the story. I like the narrative. Edge of Fate is kind of like the opposite of Lightfall, or it's similar to Lightfall, but an opposite in what it provided. We talk a lot of shit about Lightfall, but let's be clear. Lightfall brought Strand. It brought a ton of great quality of life changes throughout the entire year, but it sucked ass in the narrative department and it sucked ass in its raid. Whereas Edge of Fate failed on the quality of life side, which was supposed to be this huge shift inside of Destiny, but it brought a good story and it brought a great raid. And let's be clear, man, the epic raid was also fantastic as well. I know the numbers don't necessarily show that, but the raids were both good. And so it's interesting to see that in some ways, the similarities between both of those, both in where they excelled and where they failed. How much is Bungie paying you to say all this? So fucking much, dude. God, it's so fucking much. It's just an unreasonable amount, an unfathomable amount. Oh yeah, dude, I think that's very important. Who's the villain? The most important thing in any narrative, though, is always the bad guy. Who is the bad guy here? Who are we taking on? You know, right now we're binding the knot. What does that even mean? Where's the winner word? Who's the bad guy in Renegades? Can I say everyone here has different like villains that they like really like? Has anyone here watched the anime Blue Eye Samurai? I'm not gonna play the audio for this because I don't want to spoil this. You need to just go watch this anime. And I'm only bringing this up because I love villains. I think villains are truly the star of a narrative of any show. I mean, when you go look at like even like the Batman trilogy, Batman's cool, but everybody remembers, you know, like Joker, for instance, from Dark Knight. He stole the show. This guy is Fowler from Blue Eye Samurai, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but he is one of the best villains I've ever seen written. And I want someone like him to be in Destiny. Now, granted, Destiny, we're dealing with gods. right? And so it's a different setting. But I want someone like him, brother. We need a Thanos. Well, hold on. So here's the thing. A lot of times, especially these days when it comes to villains, so many narratives try to humanize the villain. You know, they're like, oh, but his upbringing was hard. And you're like, oh, let me sympathize with him. But some villains are just bad. And then when you find out why they're bad, you don't even sympathize. You just go, oh, I get it. I fucking hate that guy, but I get it. You know what I'm coming from? So you want an evil Drifter or an Ultron? I wish I could talk more about this character because there's just so much about Fowler and how he's written that's just right. That's just fucking right. Back to just Destiny as a whole. I think what we're missing right now, for me, I feel like we're missing a villain. And like, I'm not even talking about like even the winner war. We're just missing just the villain that really ties things together. I don't know if Renegades is going to have that because you got to keep in mind, man, if you're talking Star Wars has some fantastic villains. Fantastic villains. And this is a Star Wars Destiny collab. And I know this is just a weapon showcase, right? But we got to have a good villain. I don't think Spider turning would, Spider turning would be a twist. We know Spider's motives. Spider's he's not going to pull a callus on us. Spider likes money. Spider aligns himself with anyone. He doesn't have a higher purpose. It's money. How much money can I get? Do you serve that, that purpose for me? Can you bring me more money? So I don't think, like, a Spider just jumped up and stabbed us in the back, and it's suddenly like there's some ulterior motive, and oh, Spider's actually been wanting revenge for whatever. It wouldn't hit. The Violet turning full evil would be cool since he's now using darkness powers. I don't know if we would, yeah, possible. I just think we need a good villain, man. We need a good villain. And I hope this is going to deliver on that. I don't know if Renegades, I think we just did a poll. What was the poll results? Do you think Renegades will be better than Edge of Fate? What was the poll on that, guys? 75-20. Okay, so 75% think that Renegades is going to be better than Edge of Fate. Granted, I know many people have said here that's a very low bar cross. I get it. All right, I completely get it. I think the most interesting thing that we have seen, and it hasn't even it's not like even Bungie has publicized it, but y'all remember when it leaked that Michael Salvatore is working again, specifically on this expansion? And you got to ask yourself, if you were a long-time veteran, you've made music, some of the best musical scores, would you come out of retirement for Edge of Fate? Probably not. Would you come out of retirement for Renegades? Perhaps. Because again, it's one of those things. It's like, hey, it's Star Wars. And for guys like that who are a big fan of that franchise, I'm sure it means something to them. Think about this. This is their baby. Or at one time, this is their baby. And so this is art. This is, I don't know. It gives me a little bit of a confidence boost in regards to Renegades, knowing someone like him is back in the booth. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm hopeful for Renegades. I hope it's going to be good, guys. Weapons look like they're probably going to be solid. But again, I cannot stress enough, narrative, we need a good villain, whoever that villain's going to be, whatever the setup is going to, all of this is just going to have to come together. I hope this exotic is good too. We'll see what plays out, man.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.